We often think about travel as just an escape, right? A vacation, a break from the daily grind. But what if it's actually one of the best ways to find what's real? In this explainer, we're going to explore how travel can be this incredible teacher, changing not just how we see the world, but maybe more importantly, how we see ourselves.
This quote really it nails it, doesn't it? Travel isn't about how many miles you cover, it's about the connections you forge along the way. It's all about building bridges, not just over rivers and valleys, but between people, between cultures.
So let's try to think of travel a little differently. Not as something passive, but as this amazing, hands-on classroom. The second you step into a new place, you're surrounded. New languages, new foods, new ways of celebrating. Just a completely different way of life. And that total immersion, is exactly what makes it such a powerful teacher.
And what we learn isn't about memorizing facts from a book. That's not real cultural understanding. No, it's a feeling. It's that moment you're standing in a chaotic, beautiful market or watching some ancient tradition and you just feel the pulse of a different life. Suddenly, you're seeing the world through someone else's eyes. But here's the thing. That process of understanding, it always starts inside us. Before you can truly appreciate another culture, travel kind of forces you to take a hard look at your own assumptions. It holds up a mirror and makes you question everything you thought was normal.
I mean, let's be honest. Stereotypes usually aren't born out of hate, but out of ignorance. They're just placeholders. They're stories our brains make up when we don't have any real firsthand experience. Well, travel is the cure for that. It closes the distance.
And this is the amazing trade-off that happens. You might arrive with a suitcase full of assumptions and stereotypes, but travel, it swaps all that out for the real thing. Messy, complicated, beautiful human experience. You trade judgment for genuine respect.
And what's the result of all that? It's simple, really, but so powerful. Tearing down those walls inside you does two things. It definitely opens your mind to new ideas, but just as importantly, it softens your heart. It makes room for empathy.
All right, so once our perspective starts to shift, the journey moves outward. Now it's about taking that new openness and actually putting it to work. You go from just thinking differently to acting differently. You stop being a tourist and start being a real observer. And getting involved doesn't have to be this huge, complicated thing. It can be as simple as these 3 steps. First, you just see, really pay attention to daily life. Then you participate, jump into a local festival. And finally, you connect, even if it's just learning to say hello and thank you. Every little step takes you deeper.
Now, why is this so important? Well, because when we actually take a minute to understand why people do things a certain way, we get so much back. We build empathy, we learn to respect diversity, to celebrate what makes us unique, and, this is a big one, we discovered totally new ways of thinking.
And this might be the most profound lesson of all. It's the big takeaway. Our way of life? It's just one version out of thousands. And they're all valid, all beautiful, and all complex. There is no right way to live. There are just different ways. This brings us to the real heart of the whole journey. Because once you've seen all the differences and learned to appreciate them, you start to discover something even more powerful waiting right underneath the surface.
It's the great paradox of travel, isn't it? You go thousands of miles to see what's different, only to discover what's exactly the same. The food, the clothes, the language, that all changes. But the big stuff? Love, fear, dreams, laughter, hope, that's universal. It's everywhere.
Just think about it. That stranger who helps you with directions when you're totally lost. The family that invites you in for a meal, even though you don't speak the same language. These little moments of kindness, they don't need a translator.
In the end, these one-on-one human connections are what really matter. They prove that the lines we draw on maps are just, well, they're just lines. The bonds we build as people are so much stronger.
And all of this, shifting our views, engaging with culture, finding that human connection, it leads to one final, incredible transformation. It actually changes who we are. We stop being just visitors passing through.
And that's really the ultimate destination, isn't it? The point isn't just to see the world as a list of places to check off. It's to feel like you're a part of it, to find your place in this amazing global community. It gives you a sense of belonging to the entire world. So it turns out the journey outward is always a journey inward. We go looking for the world, and in the process, we find ourselves. So the only question left is, what are you going to discover on your next trip?